Hey, vegan food explorers. Today we're going to be reviewing the sweet and smoky barbecue chicken style pieces from Squeaky Bean in Christmas jumper.
Don't forget to smash that subscribe button for more awesome vegan food reviews.
Okay, before I went vegan, I was an absolutely massive fan of chicken pieces. So I'd have and turkey pieces. I feel bad saying it, but it's true. I loved them because they were really tasty, easy to eat, and also they gave me a massive dose of protein. So I'd often have them as a treat for like a snack at work, or I'd literally have them go to the gym or go on a bike ride, and I'd smash a whole packet of chicken pieces when I got back. Keep them in the fridge, super easy. Now I'm vegan. I now know the truth about why that chicken was so cheap, and yeah, we don't even need to go into that because we have these from Squeaky Bean. Squeaky Bean, to be fair, aren't the only company that sell vegan chicken style pieces, but they're one of the biggest, definitely, and one of my actual favourites. They've just released some new flavours, so they do have tikka original, which is just kind of plain, like, you know, some light seasoning, and then these barbecue. I tried to find the tikka versions, but I just couldn't find them anywhere. So we had to settle with barbecue, which, to be fair, is a pretty good settle, isn't it? So yeah, Squeaky Bean. I always find the name a bit weird. I don't really know what it means. I don't think they're made out of any beans, are they? I mean, they're made out of vegetable protein, so wheat protein and pea protein. There is no bean. I don't understand, but I like it. Whatever, great packaging. I mean, that sits down. I honestly think if you didn't have that, and maybe this, I mean, they just look exactly like chicken. The most important thing for me, though, yes, the flavour is important. Excuse me, but it's all about the nutrition. So let's have a look. So you get 160 grams in a pack. I think it was about £2 or £2.50 maybe, which, you know, it's not the cheapest in the world, but protein isn't cheap. So however it comes, it's not cheap. It's one of the most expensive macronutrients you can buy. The other two being carbohydrates and fat, which are very, very cheap to buy. Think, you know, how cheap you can buy a pack of lard, or which would be your fats, and then your carbohydrates. A bag of white rice costs about, you know, nothing for a kilo, whereas this is 160 grams and, you know, quite expensive. So yeah, so but per 100 grams. So I always laugh when people say, "Oh, our food is high protein," and you go, "Really?" And they go, "Yeah." It goes, "You've got 3 grams of protein per pack," and you look, and it's like per 100 grams, it's like 5 grams of protein. It's like, it's just a joke. So above 20 grams per 100 grams is what I call high protein. I mean, sometimes, you can get away with it. Even if it's 10, I'd say it's higher protein. But 20 grams is seriously, I mean, we're knocking around with, you know, your chicken breast here and your milk. I mean, this is seriously high in protein. Actually, milk isn't that high in protein, to be fair, but it's higher than a lot of plant proteins. So this is serious, and we're messing around with your beef and your chickens here. So seriously good. Fat. So it does have some fat in it, which is 7 grams, which is higher than, you know, the equivalent chicken breast, but it's also not super high. And the most important one is that saturated fat is only 0.9 grams of fat, so that is negligible. So it's basically zero. A few carbs, so essentially this is just pure protein. Yeah, ingredients. So this is where, I mean, this isn't a natural product like an apple or a banana or things like that. This is kind of made up from some vegetable protein, so it is plant protein, and I say that with doing my fingers in kind of italics, because, you know, it's made out of wheat and pea. But how they do that is it goes through kind of a weird processing production. So this is a processed food, however, it's still made of vegetables. So in my mind, it's pretty healthy. I always say the majority of your diet should be from whole foods. So your apples, your fruits, your vegetables, even tofu, I would say, is whole food because it's relatively natural from soybean. Foods like this and your fake meats, it does start to blur the line in for me between processed food, because yes, it's vegan, but it is a processed food. So I just want to caveat that. I still eat quite a lot of these, and I see nothing wrong with supplementing your diet, using this to get your protein up or as a snack. But you don't want to be just eating this, is what I'm trying to say. Having a pack, I would quite happily eat a pack of these still when I come back from the gym or a cycle. But what I'm saying is don't have this breakfast, lunch and dinner. Get some more food in there. Get some more whole food. Get some super vegetables and fruit. However, we're digressing. Let's get back to the actual review here. So these, for me, snack at work, need some more protein after the gym, after a bike ride, after a run. These would be absolutely perfect. So it depends how much protein you're really looking to get with your diet. I mean, 20 grams of protein in one sitting is quite a lot. There's different debates of how much protein you can actually absorb in your body in one sitting, but I actually think from a lot of different sources, just eat as much as you can, really. You will excrete a lot of protein if you eat super high protein, but if you're really keen about recovering and either building muscles or recovering well, then the general guide as a minimum basic is 0.7 grams of protein per kilo of body weight. So if you're 100 kilos, then that's 70 grams of protein per day. But if you're actually doing a lot of athletic performance or building muscle, then you actually want to increase that, and it can be as much as 1 to 2 grams of protein per kilo of body weight. So again, if you're 100 kilos, then that could be 100 grams up to 200 grams. I often do, I think it's 1.5 grams of protein per kilo of body weight. That's a pretty sweet spot where you're not just constantly eating protein, but you're still getting very high. If you need to track it, I just use the free app called MyFitnessPal, and it's free and you just track your food. So anyway, let's get on with the review. Packaging, I think looks really nice. Have you tried? Yes, we have tried the pastrami style. Check out the other review. I haven't tried the roast chicken flavour. These are like sandwich meats. The pastrami was seriously good. I love that. I love it when they print on the inside. That's so cool. What is on the inside? Sweet smoky pizza. Oh, cool. It's a little recipe for making a pizza. Nice. Using these bits. So you can eat them. So yeah, I didn't really think about that. Hang on, let me just rip this open. Okay, I didn't think this. So I'm just going to eat them. I'm just going to eat them straight up, which is how I thought you should eat them. But you can cook them apparently. So this is chucking on a pizza. Man, that pizza looks seriously good. So basically you make a pizza and then pop on the barbecue pieces and cook it. I love that. I might actually try that. That'd be decent. Look at that. Okay, anyway, God, I'm getting really sidetracked today. So let's open it. Okay, so yeah, it's plastic. As we know, already I can really get a big whiff of that barbecue flavouring, and it smells seriously good. Okay, we're going to do the recycling just because we are good global citizens, stewards of the earth as we are. So yeah, you can recycle the... Okay, I mean, 2 out of 3 is not too bad. Chuck this in your paper, recycling, chuck this thing and wash it out, chuck it in your plastic. This, the dreaded film, it's got to go straight in landfill, but never mind. We can recycle everything else. So, let's get one of these out. So already, they're all pretty uniform, which I like. But I just can't believe it. Let me get some light here. I just can't believe it. Looks like chicken. It's crazy. It's so crazy. It's got like the striations and of that chicken, of the kind of the breast meat. That is insane. That is so crazy. And do you see how easily it cut? It's so tender. It's so tender and it smells great. And they're all, I think that's quite a lot. I know it's £2.50, which I'm sure, I reckon on offer they're probably going down to £2, which is, to be honest, a bargain. That's quite a lot. I would say, yeah, so we were talking about protein earlier. I reckon half a pack. Half a pack would be a great little snack. What's that? That'd be about just below 200 calories. So a pretty decent snack there. Yeah, right. So yeah, I mean, honestly, the look test looks like the real thing. Looks like the real thing. Exactly like the real thing. Super soft feel test. You trick a non-vegan with that. I've eaten a lot of chicken pieces in my life and I would fall for that. Look, it's even got, you can see that kind of like those little like strands. I mean, it's quite gory, but it looks like the muscle texture of meat. So that's really cool. Okay, right, let's try it. That is good. That is seriously good. I'm gonna eat another one. That is really, really good. The barbecue is just perfection. That is so good. It's so nice. Again, I will say, the only negative I can possibly give of these is that they get quite chewy.
they are quite chewy. Like if you eat one, it's fine. But I so this is a guilty secret. I often eat them. I buy these when I go shopping, and then I chuck them in the top, and I leave them in the basket at the very last thing. So then when I walk out, I can eat them first thing. So when I'm walking home, as I sometimes go buy my shopping walking or on my bike, and I eat them and just eat them. And I was seriously worried as I was outside Sainsbury's, I was going to choke because I'd eaten like 4, just boom, boom, boom. And they're quite chewy, is basically what I'm trying to say. And you need a drink, and I didn't have a drink with me. So I wouldn't say it's not like a massive thing. And I mean, what we've learned from that is you shouldn't probably eat four chicken pieces in one go. But I would say they are a bit too chewy in my life. And when you cut them, they're so tender. But when you bite them, and if you put 3 in your mouth at the same time, you're going to have some chewing problems, and it's quite hard to swallow. So I definitely take 1 or 2 at a time, chew it down, and they're good. I'd be interested to see what happens when you cook it, because it might loosen it up a little bit and go a bit more like pulled pork.
But yeah, apart from that, I would give them really high marks. I'd give them... So I refuse to give things 7s, because I think 7s is a weak answer. You either commit to a 6 or an 8, because a 7 just says, oh, it was all right. But you want to commit. It was a 6, which is not as good as it should have been, or an 8, which is good. So I give these an 8. They tick all the boxes. Taste, smell, texture. The only down thing, and protein, obviously. The only slight down bit is just eating too many of them at once. It is a bit cloggy in your mouth. But I would hope that could be something that they'd fix in the next round of product development. So I would 100% recommend getting these. These would be great for a snack. Just eat them off, straight out of the packet. Put them on a pizza. Follow this recipe, which is pretty decent. Or other things is add them to a stir fry. I think stir fry, chuck them in, heat them up, fry them for a few minutes, and they'd be great. So yeah, I got these from Sainsbury's. Definitely recommend going out and checking them out. Let me know what you think of the review. If you like this sort of review, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. And yeah, let me know if you've had any of the other Squeaky Bean products, and if I'm missing out by not having the tikka flavour. Thanks, and see you in the next video.